President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to visit Jagersfontein in the Free State following the mine dam wall burst. It has left more than 250 families displaced. One person has been declared dead, while 4 people are still missing. To discuss this further, we are joined via Zoom by environmental lawyer at Fasken Attorneys, Francois Joubert. Francois, a good afternoon to you. Good morning, rather. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Let's talk a little bit about whose responsibility you really believe it is to rehabilitate derelict mines.
Well, good morning. First of all, I just want to offer my heartfelt condolences to all those affected by these events. It's truly tragic, and we hope for them to have a speedy recovery. Of course, this is no easy subject matter because if you have a mine that is operating on a valid license or a mining right, you will have your usual mine works program, your rehabilitation and closure programs to govern you and to regulate your management of your deposits and specifically the tailings dams. You will have the Water Act, you will have the National Environmental Management Act, the Mine Health and Safety Act to guide you. But it is an entirely different scenario when you're talking about an ownerless or derelict mine. I'm not sure of the facts. We have received mixed signals that it is a mine that is operating. I've also heard that it's a mine that hasn't been on operation for the last 50 years. Now, in those instances where it is a derelict or ownerless mine, the state actually takes responsibility for such derelict and ownerless mines. And that makes it, of course, very difficult to manage. There's many scattered tailings deposits, historic tailings deposits all over the country, notably in the Free State, and even more so on the East and West Strand. And they have become a problem for health and well-being for people.
Yeah, we have so many communities.
So currently...
Yeah, go ahead, finish that thought.
Yeah. No, so currently, if it is indeed an ownerless or derelict mine, that will rest with the state.
You know, we do have communities, so many of them that live around these abandoned mines. And for those that are watching right now, their concern is a crisis like what we're seeing in Jagersfontein inevitable even in their own communities, and what's being done to protect them?
I think the rhetoric of an old historic mine dump or tailings dam that is 50 years old, again, even if it's an old historic dump, and even more so if it's a new dump, the rights of the project affected people and must be meaningfully, they must be engaged, they must speak to the people and at all the phases of the tailings facility life cycle, including the closure of that. They must develop and maintain interdisciplinary knowledge to support safe tailings management. That needs to be communicated to people living around those tailings dams. And, the usage of all elements of the knowledge base, social, environmental, local, economic, and technical infrastructure that's going to be affected by that. That needs to be discussed in a transparent and open forum. Emergency preparedness plans, plan for the worst, hope for the best. But if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I think that is the message that needs to get through to even the state as custodian then of minerals and mineral operations, mineral rights operations, that communities must come first and that the correct technical people, like the engineer on record appointed under the Mine Health and Safety Act, convey mine safety and tailing safety to the community so that they will always be prepared. And then, of course, regular monitoring situations where you invite the community to say what they want to say. And even if it's dust or seepage, that those concerns are brought to the forefront and addressed accordingly, not at the end when there's a huge problem.
Yeah. Well, let's leave it there. But thank you so much for speaking to us, Francois. I imagine this is going to be an ongoing discussion, certainly as we watch that community really try and pick up the pieces. That there is Francois Joubert, an environmental lawyer at Fasken Attorneys, talking to us about that Jagersfontein mine disaster that has left 250 families displaced, 4 people still missing, and 1 life gone as well.